In a battle to the death, who wins, Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon? Let's be all the way real here. It's SpongeBob and Aang versus Cartoon Network. And even then, ain't looking good. That is a personification of death. What are they doing to that? Even without Alien X, Ben 10 is putting in work. I don't even have to mention Finn, Mordecai, or the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, Nickelodeon is getting washed. Which one of these anime characters are more likely to say the N-word? Well, Major's a Nazi, so take that how you will. Freezer already called people monkeys, he halfway there. Dio and Doflamingo will probably just say if they get a reaction out of you. King Bradley can honestly go either way. Johan, Itachi, Lelouch, and Light are probably not gonna say it. Who's the real main antagonist of the OG Modern Warfare 2? I understand why do you say Makarov, but I personally will go with General Shepard. While yes, he doesn't really become a problem to the last handful of missions in the game, and you spend the majority of the campaign chasing after Makarov getting information on him. Most of the events happen in Modern Warfare 2 because of General Shepard. If General Shepard doesn't send Private Allen to Russia, none of World War III happens. Makarov is more of the overarching villain of the entire trilogy, I think. In honor of Black History Month, can we just be glad that we got rid of this stupid haircut? The problem wasn't that the cut itself was bad, because it isn't. It was everywhere. But I guess history repeats itself, because now we're stuck with the Killmonger cut. Can we please get more variety in black hairstyles, please? But these 4 characters in a room, who cries first? Oh, for it, you telling me if you put yourself in Armin's shoes, you not gonna cry? Deku being a crybaby is way overblown. And out of these two, I think the answer is clearly Zenitsu. This man has social anxiety, he ain't lasting that long. Zenitsu gonna cry before you even get in the room. Yeah, it's him. Which one of these anime characters would you have as your president?
Yo, who invited you?
Let's ignore the obvious outlier here. Which one of these 8 characters would you go for? And I think there's 3 pretty clear answers to that. It's Sinbad, Lelouch, and Whitebeard. You might not like the way he goes about it, but Lelouch will get something done. You can't go wrong with the GOAT, Whitebeard. My vote goes to Sinbad. He already rules the country and everybody there loves him, so yeah, vote goes to him. What's the best and the worst power system in all of anime? For the worst, I have to go with the breathing styles. The effects aren't real and they're basically just regular sword techniques. And for the best, I have to go with Nen. It's versatile and gives you a sense of individuality with you creating your own power. Honorable mention goes to Alchemy. The idea of the equivalent exchange is fire. What show has a bad premise but is actually really good? A young German boy finds out that his mother is hiding a little Jewish girl in her attic. Aided by his little imaginary friend, Adolf Hitler. I would have never watched this movie if my friends never suggested it. But you should. It's really good. Do you prefer a bad ending or a cliffhanger? The answer is easily the cliffhanger. 1, because it opens the door for possible sequels, and 2, it lets people speculate on what happened. If the thing didn't have the cliffhanger ending it had, it wouldn't be remembered as good as it was. Compare that to the bad ending of Game of Thrones, people don't even want to watch it anymore. Yeah, give me that cliffhanger. What anime has the worst fan base? They all do. Every single fan base on planet Earth has that one section that's super annoying and super toxic. Sure, are some worse than others? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to ignore them and enjoy the show for what it is. The real question should be, what anime doesn't describe you? For 20 million, which one of these jobs would you work for an entire year? You are not Levi. Throw your hoop dreams away now. That same logic applies to Chainsaw Man. You are not Denji. Throw your hoop dreams away. Unless you're Ashura, you're probably cooked. 10% chance to live and 90% die. Just make me a jujutsu sorcerer. As long as I don't come across a grade 1 or a special grade, I'll be fine. Would these 4 get along? No. No, they won't. I'll give it 3 days before one of these 4 commit attempted murder. The only ones I see somewhat getting along is Nick Fury and Cecil. Other than that, no. Which of these anime characters has the most plot armor? The answer is clearly this fraud right here. Believe in the heart of the card. Yeah, get out of my face with that, bro. This man be making up card descriptions on the fly. You gotta respect it. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. What character wouldn't have a fan base if they weren't hot? That answer is hands down Esda. Look at all of these crimes she committed. This is not all of them. This is all I can fit in one screenshot. Like, bro, this is ridiculous. You give a character like this all those crimes, I'm telling you, he's the most hated character in all of it. Which of these 4 characters are the dumbest? Chris isn't stupid, he's just special. At least Patrick has shown the capabilities to be smart. Ed, he's just being his own little world. I genuinely cannot remember a single smart thing Cosmo has ever done. You can use that same logic for Ed too. I can't think of a single smart thing he's done either, so it's a tie. Out of these 9 characters, who wins in a dance-off? Don't y'all dare disrespect my GOAT SpongeBob like this. My GOAT was dancing for 18 hours straight. Can y'all favorite do that? Second place goes to Dr. Phosphorus. He did his thing. Which of these 4 dogs would you have as your pet? First one out, Scooby-Doo. Who got the money to pay for all this? Not me. Next one out is Brian. He got one time to say something slick before he ended up like this. So that leaves it with Spike and Jake. If you want a normal-ish dog, choose Spike. But if you want a dog you can chill and hang out with, choose Jake. I'm choosing Jake. My dog can cook. What scene left you with more questions than answers? Do I even have to explain this one? I found this image on Reddit. This one is crazy too. When he appeared at the end of that one episode of SpongeBob, I was so confused. You die and get isekai. Choose your class. The first one out is the tank who dies in one hit. You are useless. There are other ways you can use a sword without fighting. You can at least still be like a doctor, right? All you gotta do is just miss on purpose. You can just be like Asta from Black Clover and be very strong. But by far the best option is the assassin who can assassinate. At least you'll be a really good spy. Which pill containing these shows are you choosing? Let's do some one-on-one matchup, shall we? Adventure Time and regular show cancel each other out. Invincible versus Batman. I'm a big DC fan. I'm going Batman at the same time. Yall House versus Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is one of the greatest shows of all time. I never watched BoJack Horseman or Arcane, so maybe they cancel it out too. So that leaves Avatar and Smiling Friends. There aren't many shows on planet Earth that made me laugh as much as I did watch Smiling Friends, so I'm going with that. So by doing some basic math, Red Pill wins. So apparently, Marvel Rivals was almost canceled before launch because, quote, the CEO didn't feel like paying Disney for the license. And that would have been the dumbest decision they've ever made. As much as I love the gameplay and how beautiful it looks, it just wouldn't hit the same if it wasn't Marvel characters. Like instead of playing as Spider-Man, you're playing as a guy with web powers. It just wouldn't hit. I'm sure the game would still be good and popular, just not 40 million player popular. Would you still have played this game if it didn't have Marvel characters? Who's your favorite black anime character? For me, that has to go to Afro Samurai. His design is cool, his personality is chill, and he's voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. Give me another character that got all 3 of those. Honorable mention goes to Kill It, he cool too. What was your first ever anime you've ever watched? Technically for me it was Pokemon, but I didn't realize it was an anime until I was much older. But the first anime that I knew going into it was anime was a show called Watamote. I don't know how I found it or what happened in it. I just know she has social anxiety and can't talk to people. That's it. So shout out to her, I guess. What's the best tournament arc in all of anime? Heaven's Arena is not even a tournament arc. Why is it here? This is not even the best tournament in Dragon Ball. The Royal Knight selection is not bad, just not as good as the rest of this list. Outside of Deku vs Todoroki and Bakugo vs Uraraka, do people really care about this arc? The Grand Magic games are by far the best after Fairy Tail, just not as good as the other 3. Haikyuu's my favorite sports anime of all time, but the Chunin exams and Dark Tournament are just peak. So between the Chunin exams and the Dark Tournament, which one do I think is better? I have to go with the Chunin exams. There's a reason why Rock Lee's a fan favorite character off of one fight, because he ain't do nothing else since. But if you said the Dark Tournament, I wouldn't be mad at it. Tekken 8 just released that new Anna Williams trailer? Let's talk about it. You know, at first I was unsure how to feel about that emo Christmas outfit, but it's starting to grow on me. I love that they're including more lore in the game itself instead of just tweeting about it. It gives the characters more personality. Ain't they getting sassy, huh? I can already tell that bazooka is going to be so annoying to deal with. Is that a low? Oh my god. Did they just give her poison? Oh my goodness. Why? She's going to be super obnoxious day 1, and I'm going to be one of them. See ya March 31st. So apparently DC's about to start cooking, with them planning to release 7 projects a year for the next 6 years. They also announced that these 3 shows are currently in development. The only way I see this working out for them is that they keep everything separate. No multiverse, no framed universe, just great individual stories. You can always add more context and more scenes later to connect them, but for now, keep them separate. It has potential to be great, but it's Warner Bros. They're gonna mess it up somehow. What's the game you absolutely hate but you can't stop playing? If that ain't Tekken 8 personified, I don't know what is. You know how many times I sidestepped the move just for the tracking to be insane? Do you know how many times I've dropped a combo that would have ended the round? You know how many times I've hit down back, causing me to get hit by a launcher? Me and this game got a love-hate relationship. Someone get Warner Bros. Out the kitchen because they keep burning food. In case you haven't heard already, Warner Bros. Is shutting down Marvel Studios and canceling the Wonder Woman game. The reason why it's such a big deal is because Warner Bros. Owns a thing called the Nemesis system, and it was supposed to be used in this game. It's an adaptive AI that reacts to the actions you do and exploit those weaknesses accordingly. This video does a way better job explaining it than I can, so go watch that. I understand they're trying to get out of debt, but man, you gotta cancel everything? Please stop letting Warner Bros. Cook.